Hey guys, it's Kathleen with Thrifty Britches, back with another What Sold video. I am a part-time reseller and a full-time school counselor, and I have an eBay store with my sister Karen, who is a full-time kindergarten teacher and a part-time reseller. And so together we make up Thrifty Britches. If reselling content is something that you're interested in, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button down below. We sell predominantly on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and so I am gonna jump right into it. Okay, so the first three items that I'm going to go over are actually sales from Mercari. And so I had scaled back on listing on Mercari just because it was a total pain in the fanny to ship anything. And then I was watching Lori's Boston Found, and she mentioned that she used Pirate Ship. And so I gave that a stab, and Pirate Ship is super easy, especially for working with Mercari. I have a twofold problem with Mercari. First of all, their labels do not work with my label printer, with my thermal label printer, so I'm not able to get them to print out. And that's, I mean, it's a small issue because I can just print it out on a printer, but it's a pain in the fanny, so I choose not to do it. But my understanding is that Mercari has revamped their shipping lately. Honestly, I haven't taken a stab at that because I've been watching Lori's Boston Found, and she mentioned how she just does free shipping, lops in the shipping cost into her, the cost of her item, and then uses Pirate Ship. And so I did that for the first time, and it was crazy easy. So I'm totally going to do that from now on with Mercari, and that's going to probably result in me listing a lot more of my items on Mercari than I have in the past. In the past, I mostly would just list toys and hard goods on Mercari, and so obviously I have started switching over and listing some clothes, and I've had some success with that, so I think I'm going to continue doing that as well. So this first item, again, sold on Mercari, and it is a Torrid tank top that is like this mint green color with adjustable straps. Really pretty, really super soft material. It is in a size 3X. We picked this up at Goodwill for $3.99. It sold very quickly on Mercari for $20. This is the only item that sold on Mercari where shipping came out of the item. And so I ended up shipping it for $3.51, and so that left me with a profit of 16 and change. Is it $16.49 or something like that? Just doing the math in my head, which is not my skill set. So the next two items that sold on Mercari had already been listed under the old format that I had been using, and so I did it so that the shipping was included in the cost of the item, and so the amount that I sold it for is my profit minus a 10% fee that is charged by Mercari, as well as a small handling fee. I think it's around 50 cents or so. I mean, it varies with the cost of the item, but it's very minimal. Okay, so the next item that sold on Mercari is this Starbucks mug. It is like the first Starbucks mug or something like that. And I do really well with Starbucks mugs. I mean, I can pick them up at the Goodwill for 79 cents, and that's what this one was, 79 cents. And I mean, they usually flip for right around $10. This one actually sold for $17, so even better. I definitely pick them up whenever I see them, and I tend to find a lot of them at Goodwill. So last item that I have are these just my size 3 pair of pantyhose. They are in a size 3X. They were very navy, taupe, and white, and when I went to box them up, I realized that I had sold all of my very navy, and so I didn't have any, but I just messaged the buyer and said, hey, I'll give you 2 pair of taupe, a pair of white, and then a free pack of 3 pair of knee highs. And she was like, great, sounds great. So we picked all of those items up at an estate sale for $1.77, and we sold them for $9. So we've had these vintage, new, old stock pantyhose sitting around. I haven't been the best about listing them, and then I just dug them out last week, and they started selling again. So I would definitely pick those up anytime that I saw them. And let me tell you, there was no shortage of making fun of Karen for picking those granny pantyhose up, because I thought she was out of her mind, but they have all sold, and they've sold really well. So sorry, Karen. Okay, now I'm moving on to the items that sold at Poshmark. First up is this pair of Haan Gladiator sandals. Really, really cute. They sold fairly quickly. I don't think I've had them listed for more than 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks tops. They were adorable. They have these cute little zippers on the back and this nice braided detail in the front. They were in a size 6. We picked them up at Goodwill for $5.99 and we flipped them for $13. So not the greatest of flips. I mean, we did sell them for more than double what we paid for them, but still I like to find those higher priced items when I can. This next item was a really good flip. It flipped really, really quickly, and this is a new to me brand, Roberta Roller Rabbit. That's a tongue twister right there. It is in a size large, and we picked it up at Goodwill for $5.99, and that sold really quickly within 3 days for $25. Next item was a really good find. This was a vintage Blarney Woolen Mills sweater, 100% wool, in really good condition. Had a little bit of mild pilling. I took the sweater shaver to it. It came up pretty clean, but I did note that there was some pilling in it. And this one was a bit of a long tail item. It sat around for probably 2 months, maybe 2.5 months. It was in a size extra large, and we picked it up at Goodwill for $5.99, but we sold it for $30. And so that was its full asking price. So even though it sat around a lot, it did go at full asking price. So I was pretty happy with that. This J. Jill new with tags, green, palm colored, short sleeved t-shirt was in a really, really soft subpoena cotton, and this was from one of my recent thrift hauls. I picked this up at Goodwill for $5.99 and it sold within 3 days for $17. I picked up this really cute Athleta skirt many, many months ago. I probably picked this up before I went back to school in August. So, I mean, this has sat around. I picked it up at a yard sale and I paid only $3 for it. It is in a size 10 and it eventually sold for $14. I think I had it listed at $18 or $20 and I took an offer for $14 because goodbye. Next is the last of the Ralph Lauren Paisleys. I picked up a huge lot of Ralph Lauren Paisley button-up shirts. I have been mistakenly calling them button-down shirts, and much to my surprise, I found out from some of the resellers that I follow on Facebook Marketplace that a button-down shirt is when the collar button's down, but a button-up shirt is when you just button it up. So I will try to make that correction going forward, but I don't make any promises because old dog, new tricks, you know how that goes. But we had picked up about 5, if memory serves, of these button-up Ralph Lauren very bright colored paisley shirts at the Salvation Army. There were a couple of them that were only $1.99 and then the rest of them were $2.99 or $3.99. This one was $2.99. It was in a size 1X and it sold for $15. Every single one of them sold. Ralph Lauren, I get such mixed vibes about because Ralph Lauren doesn't always go very high, but it always goes. Everything that I have listed by Ralph Lauren has always moved for me, so I think it's just got to be added to that bread and butter list. The last Poshmark item that sold were these Stuart Weitzman pumps. So I probably listed these about a month and a half to 2 months ago. They were definitely in a not so recent thrift haul. In fact, this pair, I believe, was one of the pairs that I did in my Shoe Repair 101 video. I will do my best to link that at the end. I'm a little challenged with some of these YouTube things to do, and one of them is linking videos at the end. I think it's called an end screen. I haven't really quite mastered that yet, but I'm on spring break and that's on my to-do list. So these Stuart Weitzman pumps were in great condition. They had this really nice chunky heel, really sturdy. They were in really, really good condition, especially after I worked my magic on them. They were also in a really good size. They are size 9.5, and we picked them up at Goodwill for $5.99, and they sold for $24. First sale for eBay is another Torrid piece, one of my favorite brands to pick up and sell. This Torrid was from a recent thrift haul. It was a sheer navy blue and white polka dot tunic. It was in a size 4X. We picked it up at Goodwill for $5.99 and it sold for $9. I listed this one a little bit lower than some of the other Torrid pieces that I've listed because of the sheer fabric. It was kind of fraying. So it was fraying a little bit on the seam part of it. It wasn't anywhere that you would notice when you wear the shirt, but because of that, I just priced it a little low. And I think I even took an offer of $9. I want to say I had it listed for about $12, but still it sold fairly quickly, and that's always a good thing. These pants are by Zara, and they are the brand Trafaluc, Trafaluc. They are really, really cute. They had a nice vibe going to them. I particularly loved the wide leg at the bottom. This was a new to me brand. I mean, I've sold Zara before, but never Trafaluc, and I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. They're in a size small. We picked them up at a yard sale for only $2, and they sold really quickly for $12. They were listed for less than a week. You'll remember this from the estate sale that I went to a couple of weeks ago. This is the Brave toy set that I picked up for only $1. It was listed for less than a week before I sold it for $12. Another Torrid piece that did not make it into my thrift haul, this floral off the shoulder. It's kind of ruched all along the chest line, just really pretty, a really pretty piece for spring and for summer. It was in a size 1X. I picked it up at Goodwill for $5.99, and this piece sold for $22. Anytime I find soft surroundings, for the most part, it tends to move for me, especially if it has kind of like a peasanty or a boho vibe to it, then it's definitely gonna sell. I loved this floral sheer long sleeved button-up shirt. It would look gorgeous with a tank top underneath. You could wear it with leggings, you could wear it with jeans. It was so versatile, perfect transition piece moving into spring and summer. It was in a size 2X. I picked it up in an estate sale for only $2, and it sold really, really quickly within 2 days for $28. This is another lot of just my size pantyhose. All of them are a size 3X, and all of them are in the color Very Navy. And each package contains 3 pairs. So obviously if they buy one package, they've got 3 pairs of pantyhose. So I had them listed, and I had a bunch of different colors, and so I was just kind of listing them one at a time for $10. And so somebody purchased the Very Navy pair for $7.50. And then I noticed the next day, they purchased them for $7.50. Well, the third morning that another pair sold for $7.50, I looked at them. So then I realized that it was the same person that was buying all of these up. So she had already bought 3 pair, and I had 4 pair left. So I just messaged her and said, hey, do you want the last 4 pair? I'll sell them to you for $28 and do, discounted shipping. And I actually hadn't mailed out the 3rd pair that she had purchased. So I said, I will just refund you your shipping for that, charge you for shipping once, and send it all in, and send all 5 pair together. So it was a win-win, and that's what we did. And so all in, I sold 7 pair of just my size 3X Very Navy pantyhose, and really 21 pair, because they each package had 3 pair. We paid, at an estate sale, we paid 59 cents a pair, so that's $4.13. And we sold all of them together for $50.50. That is definitely my best sale in this What Sold video, for sure. When she showed up at my house with this Walmart bag full of these pantyhose that were all crinkled up because they were new old stock, so they were old as hell, and she said, I think these will sell. I thought she was out of her mind. Out of her mind. However, I listed them, and I have got to apologize. I'm sorry, Karen. You were right on this one. Next item is another pair of Athleta leggings sold, and I think I might be out of Athleta. I really do. For all of my pissing and moaning about Athleta not going anywhere, now I'm out of it, so go figure. Okay, so these Athleta gray mesh leggings, they had like this cute little mesh detail down on the leg. They were in a size large. We picked them up at an estate sale for $5, and they sold for $16. This Free People crocheted tunic I thought was so special. It was just different than a lot of the Free People stuff that I pick up. This definitely had that peasant-y vibe, but I think the crochet detail just made it stand out a little bit more, and I was surprised, to be honest with you, that it didn't move a little faster. We've had it listed for about 3 months. We picked it up at a yard sale for only $2, and we sent it to its new home for $16. You will remember this pair of boots. This was also from my Shoe Repair 101. This is that pair of Kamek rain boots. And I was a little disappointed because I had thought they would be more in the neighborhood of hunter boots, but that's okay because they still sold. They are in a size 6, which is not the best of shoe sizes for me to sell. I'm much more comfortable in the 7.5 to size 10 range. They seem to move a little bit better for me. We picked these up at Goodwill for $5.99 and they sold for $15.99. In a recent thrift haul, I had been talking about how I was scaling back a little bit on Anthropology type of clothes. They don't seem to be moving as fast as they used to. And so as usual, when I open my big fat mouth, then things turn around. And so in this What Sold video, I actually have 3 pieces in a row by Anthro. And they literally sold within hours of each other. Boom, boom, boom. So the first is this Anthropology Moth open cardigan. This is a wool blend. Really, really pretty. Has all this pom-pom detail and kind of like a rickrack look to it at the top. It was in a size small, and we actually picked this up on 99-cent day at Goodwill, and it sold for $25.99. Next Anthro piece is this Sleeping on Snow cowl neck long sleeved tunic. This is also, oh no, this is a linen blend, not a wool blend. This has been listed for close to 3 months easily. I thought it was going to get snatched up because of the linen blend, and it did get a lot of activity, but it just never seemed to move. We got this on half price day at Goodwill, so it was $5.99, so we paid $3 for it, and it sold for $15.99, and this is in a size small. And the last Anthro piece is this Angel of the North open cardigan. It's also in a wool blend. This is also in a size small. We picked this up at Goodwill for $5.99, and this was the most disappointing. The comps just weren't spectacular on this, so we listed it low, and it did eventually sell for $15. Next up are these cute little mini Melissa shoes, and I've had these a hot minute too. I had 2 pair of them. One pair sold really, really quickly on Facebook Marketplace. That was when I was in my phase of listing shoes on Facebook Marketplace, which I do not do anymore because it is just too much going between all of these different platforms. I can't cross-post using Vendoo, so that also means I can't delist using Vendoo, and just keeping up with it is just, I don't know. I just don't know if it's worth all of the extra hassle. So let me know what you think. I'd be interested to hear a different perspective. These mini Melissa shoes were a really pretty cream color, and they were in a size 6. They were in almost perfect condition. Super, super cute. Hardly worn at all. The treads on the bottom were beautiful. We picked these up at Goodwill for $2.99, and we sold them for $10. This BP black and white long sleeve shirt was sold at Nordstrom's, and this has been listed for, feels like forever. Easily 3 to 4 months. It's in a size large. We picked it up on half price day at Goodwill, so it was half of $5.99, and we sold it for $10. So really kind of lackluster results. I mean, you think you pick something up that sells at Nordstrom's that you're going to get like 15 to 20 for it minimum, but not so much. Next is another item that never made it to my thrift haul, this orange tank top by Torrid. It has the adjustable straps, and it's in this pretty orange chiffon, and it's kind of layered, so it has a lot of movement to it. Just a really, really pretty shirt. All right, guys, I'm gonna take a break. We have got tornado sirens going, so I'm gonna go to my safe place. All right, we're back. This orange tank top by Torrid is in a size 1X. It's a really pretty chiffon with a lot of ruffles, has adjustable straps. We picked it up at Goodwill for only $3.99, and we sold it for $12. And the last item in this What Sold video was my second to last item of Athleta to sell, and it is these Athleta brown hiking pants. They are in a size 0. We picked them up at an estate sale for $5. And they sold for $16. So that is it for this What Sold video, guys. In all, I went over 26 different items, which sold for a total cost of goods of $105.53, which were sold for a total of $469.48. Back out of that, an estimated 20% fees of $93.90 and the cost of goods, and you're left with a total of $270.05. And that's actually a bit of an increase for us. This was only 6 days worth of sales. For a profit of $270 for only 6 days worth of sales coming in out of spring slump, I'll take that. That's pretty good. I'm starting to see things picking up. Things are looking a little bit better moving into spring. So, all right, guys, I am going to wrap it up. As always, if you're interested in reselling content, if this is something that you want to see more of, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button down below. Also consider hitting the notification button. That will send you an email anytime that we upload a video. And remember, guys, it is not cheap, it's thrifty. Bye, guys.